Hi, and welcome everyone to another episode of The Workshop, or another workshop, I should say. This is not a TV show.
Yay.
That's right. Woos are appropriate here.
Yes.
This is number 241. I have with me Caleb Friesen, EJ Masicampo. That I already know you, but this is the first time I tried to pronounce your last name, I guess. I don't know. And Jeremy Wagner.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And my name is Victoria Blair, and I'm the host. I'm located in Montreal right now. Where are you located, Caleb?
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg, Manitoba. What about you, EJ?
I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
North Carolina. What about you, Jeremy?
Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Yeah. All right. So we
Or
got people from
Saigon.
So the way that this works for anyone watching, if you're new, I just want to give a warning. This is a comedy safe space, which means that we're trying to find the limit. So we might say stuff that's a little weird at times, and that's fine. We can say whatever we want to say with the intention of being funny, which is kind of the opposite of a safe space. So just keep that in mind. And the way it works is that we were each given a very random topic. We wrote 3 to 5 minutes on it. Hopefully, we're going to present it to each other, and then we're going to do the same with our own material and give each other feedback. On that note, I'm gonna start the dance.
Woo!
I'm gonna take the It is cool. I think so. I'm a cool lady. All right, let me just.
I'm a cool lady.
Yeah, why not? What was that?
Baby. That was your baby crying.
That's my cat.
No. Okay.
Wow, that really sounded like a baby.
That
That
really
sound like
did.
a baby.
That kind of freaked me out. He said
guys-
before we started,
you
like,
guys
my
wanna
cat
just-
is really needy, but.
We should just stop right here. We don't need to go any farther.
All right. So my topic was Guess Who. And I think Guess Who's a very whimsical topic. In the past, I've gotten like recognition, dialects, and justice. This is going to be a lot fluffier. I used to work at a grocery store with a guy who was in the army. And this guy had severe PTSD, and he was also trained to kill, which is like a great combination. He was a really chill guy until you jumped on his back and then screamed like, "Guess who?" And then he always assumed it was a terrorist. So we went through a lot of cashiers before we decided to let him go. Some things like the game Guess Who with the hands just seem so barbaric in the post-COVID world. I can't believe we used to do that. We would sneak up behind someone and put our hands on their faces, on top of their eyes, both hands covering the eyes. You know, and this was before COVID, before when we didn't know how to wash our hands properly every day. And you can lie and say like, "Oh, not me. I wash my hands all the time." But if you did wash your hands all the time, why did the government have to spend millions on ads on how to wash our hands? For like 2 months during the pandemic, the city was just a bunch of posters and ads and celebrities showing you how to wash your hands and teaching you the little song so you could wash your hands long enough. And there's a guard now in every store making sure that you do disinfect your hands and you don't just pretend to do it. So I don't understand how the world before COVID wasn't just full of people with pink eye all the time. What is it? Guess who came over last night? That's right. It was Uber Eats, and I paid like $30 for a sandwich and a Coke. And I keep ordering Uber Eats every day. My finances are not doing very well, and it's not because of COVID. It's because I got banned from the supermarket because I wouldn't wash my hands. Guess Who's also a game that you play where you have a bunch of faces in front of you on little cards, and the person playing against you tries to figure out which one your character is by asking questions like, does he look like he has a trust fund? Does he look Greek? Does he look like he recently got sober? And I think you can learn a lot about a person and how they see the world just by the questions they ask. And that's it. That's all I have on Guess Who. Thank you. So,
Nice.
What did you guys think? I'm gonna start with Jeremy. What did you think, Jeremy?
Can we start with somebody else?
What about you, EJ? What did you think?
Loved it. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I really liked the just poking fun at just the germiness of putting your hands on someone's face. Yeah, I don't know what tags I have for that, but yeah, I feel like you can just do more with that for sure. I don't know.
With the gross pre-COVID world?
Yeah, just post-COVID things that people did, like that.
Okay.
When you said you were putting the hands over the eyes to play the Guess Who game, I was thinking a hand over the mouth would be better. So you're like, Guess Who? And they're like,
Yeah, I guess that's one way to play that game. What about you, Caleb? What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing that EJ said, that the pre-COVID stuff is just, I don't know, super interesting right now. I guess it's like all on our minds.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not sure what else to add.
I feel like the people who do that too, who do the come up behind you, are like also the last people whose hands you'd want in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just milked a cow and Guess Who?
Yeah.
Chase said the Guess Who board game bit was great. I think if you started out with saying, I think you could learn a lot about someone if you play the game Guess Who with them, then you give your 3 example, but that's a great job.
Like maybe the 3 types of questions that person would ask.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you say, hedge fund or trust fund? 'Cause
Trust fund.
And put the cat away.
I don't know if that's a very descriptive thing.
The trust.
I mean-
Well, yeah.
Who receives food stamps? The redheaded
That's-
guy.
Yeah, that would be a better one. Yeah.
This is a real thing in I'm a psychologist in psychology. They'll do studies on kids playing Guess Who. And one thing you see around the ages of like 6 or 7, kids stop using race in Guess Who. They like start avoiding it. So that I guess because we all avoid it, that could be a funny one if someone just went straight to race every time.
Yeah, it's like Guess Who's
Yeah.
race is the person you're playing against.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just way too excited to ask if he's black or whatever. Yeah.
I think I don't remember too much about the game of Guess Who, but I think there was probably only 1 or 2 black people in the panel of 30 that you had to choose from.
It's probably
So-
different now, but yeah, back in the day, probably, yeah.
I think my question was always, my first question was always male or female?
Yeah. And then does he have a mustache? Or,
Is he wearing glasses?
yeah.
Does he call you back after the first night of sex?
That's good. All right, we're gonna move on to the second comedian. Who wants to go next? No one. All
I
right,
can go.
I
me
was
get
gonna
my
pick you. Okay.
Well, I did this at open mic last night, and it went horrible. So let's get it out of the way, so I don't have to ever do it again. My topic, I gotta find it, was 7 deadly sins, and I previously tried to write jokes based on this topic. And so I went to my notes that I had saved in my computer, and it was blank. So we're going to start fresh. Okay, document is loading. My computer's slow. It takes 7 minutes. Living in Vietnam, everything is deadly. Pollution, water, the fear of America, starting an imaginary war in a neighboring country. It's dangerous living here, guys. Violations of unworldly sin only came to Vietnam when the white man began to spread Christianity like the disease that it is. Now we have another race of people worshiping a white Jesus, and that's actually evil in itself. I myself discovered Jesus in an AA meeting at my local church. He was praying to the rain gods and blessing his new landscaping equipment. 7 is the number of sins that we're talking about. There's 7 continents, 7 colors of the rainbow, 777, 7 days to create heaven and earth, 7 days in a week, 7 different nuts in a can of mixed nuts. I don't know if the last one's true, but maybe. It also said that Noah was commanded to bring 7 pairs of every clean animal onto the ark. And may you burn in hell for telling everybody it was only 2. And you didn't even read your own book. 7 deadly sins. I'll see you guys in hell. I've numbered these from most likely to least likely that I have committed these sins. So you guys can judge me if you want. Lust is a very strong sexual desire, which is really acceptance of our messy complex we call ejaculate. Wait, I mean, this has never happened to me before. We call it life, a messy complex called life. Lusting for a beautiful woman or a man's noodle will never end. There is always some more beautiful tramp that will come along and eat half of your noodle, leaving you asking why. That's Lady and the Tramp reference. I'm the lady in that reference. Sloth is also been defined as a failure to do things that one should do, like wash your teeth or brush your ass. Call your mom a bitch. Call your mom a bitch. You guys get the idea. Laziness is really just fear of rejection. That is why Zoom shows are great. Being rejected by rejects is not so rejecting. Signed, The Reject. Number 3 is envy. So thinking back to the longer noodle from number 1, lust, and now you have penis envy, which is, if properly attained, can induce vibrant colors and vibrating sensations. Wait, that's my phone. Hold on. I got to take this because I am important. Oh, yeah, this is Jeremy. Yes, I am white. To be honest, my mom's actually 1/16th Cherokee Indian, so that makes me a 32nd Cherokee Indian. Wait, what? So you're telling me that I failed the examination to an aristocratic group because of my non-existing history? Pride. So we take pride in ourselves, and we take pride in ourselves for being different, but we still want to be part of the group, which makes no sense. Wrath is number 5. Everyone knows Wrath of Khan was the best wrath of them all. And then 6 and 7, greed and gluttony. Greed would be when you have your birthday and you want all the birthday cakes in the world, while gluttony is having all those cakes and then eating them too. And that's all I got.
Thank you.
All right.
I really enjoyed how you explored the 7 deadly sins. I think you made it fun and light. And I don't know. I really loved it when you're like, brush your ass. It's just, you have to pause after that though, because I just was thinking about brushing an ass, like what the logistics of it would entail. So I didn't hear anything you said after that for a bit.
Is it up and down or left to right?
Is it like a chimney that you clean, or like with like a? All right.
Now I got Jack Black in my head. Kick him in the cunt. Just kick him in the cunt.
And also it was really funny when it was really clever when you said that having making people worship a white Jesus is a sin. I thought that was
Especially when they're brown. You know, like in
Yeah.
Africa, people still worship Jesus. In Asia, Jesus, he's got glasses on. That's the only thing that's different in Asia.
What about you, EJ? What did you think?
Yeah, I like the spreading Christianity premise too, and the comparison to like a disease. I feel like just one easy thing is you could have a misdirect there because white imperialists have spread other diseases. You can make it sound like an actual disease, but then it's Christianity. But then there could be
go into some like side effects or something.
Yeah, there could be some silly comparisons. Yeah, you could have fun with the analogy of Christianity being like a disease. That is really that is really the other ongoing pandemic, I guess. And then you could catch diseases in like a dirty hotel room, but they also put Bibles in those hotel rooms too, so there could
Say the last part again.
I'm thinking about catching diseases in dirty hotel rooms, but they also put Bibles.
I think I
in those hotel rooms. So like you could do like a Venn diagram thing and list all the similarities between dirty diseases and Christianity and have fun with it.
It can be found in the bookshelf or in the night case at the hotel.
What about you, Caleb? What did you think?
I liked it. All the stuff that is like religious bashing is right up my alley. I grew up in a very Christian family, and so anytime people rip on Jesus, I think it's great. In the 7 deadly sins, going through the list, it was funny. Like, it was all pretty good. I think some of them sometimes it's kind of weird, like lust. Like, where would we be if we didn't have lust? We would be extinct. Nobody would want to fuck. Like, not sure what else to add. It was all really good.
Did you say in Asia they put glasses on Jesus?
Yeah. That was
really funny.
But that's the only difference. To make him Asian, they put glasses. They didn't pull the eyes back or anything. They just put glasses on him.
Wait, is that a joke or is that really a thing?
Yeah,
no, he's also good at math. He's an accountant. No, that's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke.
Okay.
I don't know. They have churches here, but I've never been inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
My mom tricked me and told me she was getting married, and that's how I got into a church last time. They had a hot tub, and they were doing they called them baptismals, but I was in the hot tub for a little while.
All right. We're gonna move on to our next comedian. EJ, do you want to go?
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I had fruits and vegetables. A lot of last minute writing here, so hold on to your seats. Yeah. All right. All right. Here we go. So let me hold the mic. Let me get into it. All right. So upon the recommendation of my doctor, I started buying more fruits and vegetables. Unfortunately, he didn't tell me to stop buying other food that tastes way better. I crave vegetables maybe once a year. Unfortunately, they go bad in 3 days. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that Cheetos have a 90-day shelf life because they could expire in 8 hours, and that would not affect me. Vegetables they're really asking a lot. Like cookies they're ready to eat. Do you know how many steps are involved in eating a vegetable? First, you have to wash the vegetable, and that's usually enough to stop me right there. That's way too much. It has to be washed, chopped, paired with a bunch of other ingredients in a recipe, cooked. What am I, putting a kid through college? It's insane. Vegetables don't stand a chance. Let's see. What else did I write? World hunger is a major problem. Meanwhile, food grows on trees. It seems like we could work something out. Also, so few people grow food. Like I have a buddy who he has a vegetable garden where he gets like tons of good stuff. It always seems like a lot of work to me, but meanwhile, I'm spending just as much time maintaining a lawn. Yeah, that's right. Sowing fields of cow food that I have never once fed to a cow. I don't know. All right, here's the. I read that fruit juice is no healthier than soda, which wow, yeah, glad I read that. Immediately switched things up. Now I follow my morning run with a 7-Up and Coke smoothie. So it's way better. I like that when bananas get old, you can use them for banana bread. Like that's an easy out when you're bad about eating your produce. My friend noticed my aging fruit bowl, and I'm like, oh no, those aren't going bad. I'm saving those for grape bread. Yeah. Oh, that over there. No, that's not moldy. I did that on purpose so I can bake some bread. All right, that's all I got.
You know Chase Bonin, right? He said some joke about, oh, my banana bread has went bad. What can I make with banana bread? So along the same lines of what can I make with this?
Chase said that? I tweeted that today because I was writing.
Oh, maybe Chase commented or liked it or whatever. But I seen that somewhere today.
A war is starting.
I'm posting something.
Oh shit! Hot breath stealing jokes.
Are you gonna let him steal your jokes? Do something.
Well, he did comment earlier with that good tag for your jokes, Victoria. Yeah. So I guess we can let it slide. It's okay. It's just a vegetable joke.
Yeah, I love your thing. They go bad in 3 days. That was so clever. That was really, really good.
Cool.
You should do that like on stage.
You bought them one time in a year, and you're like, "What the fuck? 3 days? I guess we're having Cheetos again tonight, kids."
Chase says it wasn't me. So.
Oh, okay. He's now Shaggy. Wasn't me.
It wasn't Chase though. I was joking. I know there's people watching. Maybe I shouldn't make jokes like that. Your 7-Up and Coke smoothie was really funny as well, and I thought you could go more into, to go back to what I said earlier, to into like looking at like vegetables from the point of view of someone who's never heard of them and is only eating chips all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, what other differences is there? What else is weird about it? You know, there's no bag. What the marketing is bad for vegetables. There's no like fun characters on them. Maybe you can go that direction.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't see any ads for like bananas or cauliflower. Celebrities don't endorse strawberries. I don't know. But yeah.
Yes.
I wrote that you could take a cooking class just to learn how to cook vegetables. Like, I know how to cook meat. I'm a man. I don't need to be fucking taught how to cook meat, but I don't know how to cook vegetables.
Yeah. What about you, Caleb? What did you think?
I really like grape bread. I don't know why. Just the name grape bread. Right. And I don't know.
Your grandma's recipe.
My girlfriend hates me because I don't wash my fruits and vegetables. I just eat that shit. But I don't know. I don't really have much to add other than that.
Cool. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah.
I wrote fruits and veg, but I was thinking about vagina. But that people say that, and it's so dumb.
People say fruits and veg?
Veg. Like, I need to get some veg in my life. And it's like, you could have been more vegan-esque about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually vegetarian, so I have a bunch of material about vegetarianism and veganism, but I wanted to.
So it was all lies, basically, what he just told us, because his vegetables never go bad. I fucking
No,
knew
you'd
it.
be surprised how little vegetables you can eat as a vegetarian. I'm ashamed to
That's
say.
true. I'm vegan, and all I eat is potatoes and
Yeah,
pasta.
bread, a lot of bread, cheese,
Yeah,
junk food.
hummus. Yeah.
Yeah, veggie burgers.
Yeah, veggie burgers. They're always there for you.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next comedian, which is Caleb. Caleb, are you ready?
Okay. So my topic was helmet laws. Helmet laws. Do we really need them? There are too many people on this planet, not enough wind going through my hair. In Manitoba, we have helmet laws when you're riding a bike, but only if you're under 18, which I guess they figure if you're under 18, we got to keep them safe and protect them. If you're over 18, fuck them. Which also applies to a totally different kind of helmet law. I told myself, don't do a penis joke. Don't. And then I was like, you know what? I got to make one for all the kids out there. So our premier of Manitoba, Brian Pallister, if he makes any more healthcare cuts, we're going to need a lot more than helmet laws. We're going to be walking around in giant bubbles just to make sure we don't hurt ourselves. Trip, pop your bubble, hurt an ankle. It'll be like, throw me in the hallway. Oh, hallways are full in the hospitals. I guess put me on the rooftop, get some rooftop medicine. I don't know. So I work in construction, and we have hard hats. I don't know why they don't call them construction helmets. Call them hard hats. You ask a construction worker why they're called hard hats, he'd be like, because they're hard and they're hats. Shut the fuck up and pass me that 2x4. It wasn't that long ago. There were no helmet laws. There's no PPE requirements. You could come to work in sandals and a bikini, and no one was going to stop you. Somebody might watch or care. I don't know. They're making me wear hard hats at work, but that doesn't stop me from doing a little jig on the rooftop while I'm doing my job. That was me shooting my nail gun, by the way. That's not me just blasting a couple people from the high ground. So when I was younger, my dad actually took me to work when I was a little kid, got me into the business, and true story, I was just playing around with like some toys that I made out of garbage, and the ladder was blown by wind and fell on my head. And I think I'm okay. I'm not suffering from any permanent damage. So I was feeling a little sick to my stomach after the ladder hit me on the head, and my dad's solution was to give me a 7-Up. It's like, gee, thanks, Dad. I might have a concussion, but he's giving me 7-Up. And like, shut up and pass me that 2x4. So now he's saying he doesn't think vaccines are a good idea. He thinks they're rushed too quickly. I'm like, I'm supposed to trust you for health advice? I don't think so. But if he doesn't get his vaccine and he gets COVID, I'm going to be like, hey, have you tried 7-Up? And that's all I got.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
I really like your intonation. What you first started like, helmets, who needs them? That was just really funny the way you delivered that. And I thought when you're talking about your 7-Up thing, you could replace 7-Up with soda, and you could make it that you were so excited to get soda because as a child you're never allowed to drink soda. So maybe like you could go in a different direction where like you're just so happy to that the ladder fell on your head or something, or like you completely forget it was the best day ever. You got
So
to drink.
Victoria, you're in Canada, right? And you call
Yeah.
it soda? Because like in the South, we call it soda in USA, but then in the North, we call it pop. So
Oh.
it's funny that the southern part of Canada calls it soda. It's like,
I'm
Backwards.
francophone, so I don't know.
I don't know
It's
what
like
that means.
different. It's different in different parts.
Yeah.
It's like in the Western, I think it's more like pop. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
I know in
pop.
like Manitoba, we like go both ways. We're fine
I
with
just
whatever.
remember in Texas that you would say, yeah, my friend's going to the store. You want anything? Oh yeah, give me a soda. And then they would like come back with what you wanted. Like if I wanted a grape soda, I didn't say grape soda, but they came back with a grape soda.
What?
Nothing.
You knew exactly.
People just know what you want to drink. That's what I was trying to say. So you say
How?
soda, and there's like 50 different sodas to choose from. What soda does he like? Jeremy likes red soda.
Okay. Where is
Never
this?
mind. It's in Texas. Everybody drinks Dr. Pepper in Texas, so they just bring you Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. I get it. I think. All right. Does someone else have any?
Can somebody explain Jeremy's explanation?
I'm starting to feel bad about myself. Does someone else have any other feedback, please? Please.
I liked Caleb. I liked the helmet law condom connection.
Dickheads.
Yeah, I feel like somehow you could tie that in with the angle of like, yeah, if people don't want to wear helmets, good, then they kind of Darwin themselves away. But like, yeah, the people who don't want to wear helmets, who are dumb enough to not want to wear helmets, we probably do want them to wear the other helmets. I don't know, like a funny way of stating that.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead. Yeah. While we're on the topic, do you want to add? I was going to switch to something else, but while we're talking about,
I was just, you said like, yeah, if you don't want to wear a helmet, then there's more head for me. Like if you see somebody who doesn't smoke weed and you're like, hey man, you want to smoke this weed? And they're like, I don't smoke weed. Okay, just more for me then, more head for me. Because those people are going to be dumb, and it's going to be easier to get blowjobs from dumb people.
See, I got that one.
Oh, Victoria's not giving out head today. She's a smart one. Sorry, Victoria.
What was the line when you said, you could show up to the construction site in like a bikini and whatever? What did you say there again?
Sandals and a bikini.
And then what did you say after that? Someone might watch?
Nobody was going to stop you. Somebody might watch you. I kind of screwed that line up.
Yeah.
Also, isn't there a catwalk in construction? They have catwalks. So, I mean, it's kind of all coming together. Catwalk.
No, yeah, that's funny. Someone might watch or take Snapchats.
I think the reason that they don't require children or they don't require adults to wear helmets after the age of 18 is because if you're under 18, you still have a chance. I mean, it may be a small chance, but you could be something. After 18, you're set in your ways. You're not going to change. You're a piece of shit. And by the way, 7-Up is a vegetable at EJ's house. So your father was doing the right thing by making you rub your wound with like a kumquat or whatever. That's a fruit, but you get it.
Yeah, you said that like they were, EJ, you said something about they're making the healthcare like more difficult to get to for people to thin out the herd, right? And I was thinking like maybe that's also why they're making helmets like not mandatory over the age. Like there's like you don't have to wear a helmet, but also there's no hospital there for you if you get hurt. So they're really just hitting on all fronts. I don't know.
I never understood how you could have a no helmet law, but you have to wear a seatbelt. Like I've never seen somebody fly through a windshield and go through their windshield and then into another car's windshield and kill someone. So why does it matter if I wear a seatbelt? Like, you easily fly off a motorbike and hit your head and you're dead. So, like, it's obviously not a rule to protect people. Like, the seatbelt rule is not there to protect you, because the only person you're going to be hurting is yourself. Just like if you were in a motorbike crash with no helmet, only person who's getting hurt is yourself. And the other person you crash into because you're drunk.
But doesn't the helmet save you if you're in a?
But you don't have to wear it. That's what I'm saying. There's something
Yeah.
like in Michigan.
The bicycle, I think. With a motorbike,
Yeah.
I think you do.
In Michigan, it's no motorbike or no helmet on a motorbike if you choose.
That's the United States, though, you guys.
Yeah, my dad
Guys.
drives around on his Harley with guns drawn with no helmet, like fuck Canada.
I knew it. I'm kidding, but you guys do have pretty weird laws sometimes. I don't know.
Contradictory.
Yes, very much. All right, we're gonna move on to the next section, which is we do our own material. And for this section, I kind of did the same thing. I took a topic that I gave myself, and I decided to write on it because I'm in the process of moving. So if you guys want, we're gonna keep the same lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Did you have to like call in a group of movers to come and move your soup collection? Because that's hilarious.
No, I eat my soup.
Oh, the fucking movers are here. We gotta get rid of this soup.
I'm just drinking the bowls, but no. I'm okay. So I've moved 3 times in 2 years now. This weekend is going to be my 4th time moving, and you might think that the problem is that it's my soupy BO, that's why I keep moving, or maybe all the soups that I leave lying around, or maybe the fact that there's no clean bowls left in the house. But the real problem is my roommates. The first place I lived was with some guy called Hansy McMolester. And
McMolester. He was Irish.
and at some point, I had a nightmare that he roofied me. And when I told my friend, she suggested that he had actually roofied me. So I moved and I cut that friend out of my life because I don't need that kind of negative energy around me. And anyways, if he did roofie me, I hope he enjoyed all the weird mishmash of STDs that I have. Second place that I lived, they told me it was only available for 3 months, but I didn't listen because I was playing with the cat when they told me that, so I missed that part and I had to move 3 months later. The third place that I lived, my roommates were all great until one of them fell in love with a homeless guy and brought back a lot of bed bugs into the apartment. So I had to move from there. And here I am in my 4th place. And I'm not going to tell that story because I still live here, but catch me next week on the workshop. Same time, same place, different apartment. So that's it. That's all I have for this week.
It looks like you're in like a very small closet and like you have no windows, so you got to leave your door to your closet behind you open so you can get a little fresh air. And maybe the cat will come in.
I have a window here.
Oh.
Hey, look, see?
Also, there's a big bottle of some kind of alcohol.
No,
Living
this
in a
is
closet,
pretty.
you drink a lot. Yeah, sure.
You're
I'm
very
watching.
judgmental, all right? Is it because of those things I said about the U.S.? I'm sorry.
I don't live there, so you can say whatever you want.
So yeah, what did you think, EJ?
I love that. I was fixating on the cat petting thing. That's just so funny to me. I don't know what to do with that, but I feel like you left that too soon. I feel like you could do a lot with that in terms of tags. They're also just thinking about I don't know, other situations where you're like trying to make sure there aren't any cats around or you're not petting any animals. Like you went to the next place and they,
They had mini cats, and you're like, I like this place, but I'm not. Going off what you just said, like, so you petted the cat, and they said, yeah, you got 3 months to live here, and you moved all your stuff in, and you spent a lot of time petting the cat, and then they came to your house, and they're like, hey, you got to move out now, and your shit isn't even unpacked because you were petting the cat.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. Are you a big animal lover, or is it specifically cats that you like?
I like all animals, but that cat
Yeah.
was really cute. It was very cuddly. But yeah.
What are the characteristics of a cute cat? Because, like, I seen a cat carrying a briefcase one time, and he was on his way to work, and I was like, oh, how cute. And I stopped him, and he got all pissed off because I made him late for work.
Yeah, that's not cute. He's just another cog in the machine, right?
Damn it.
Sounds like the cat caused more problems than you getting roofied. That's kind of a interesting comparison. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine.
That's good, yeah.
One. Did you even get roofied, or did just that guy have a couple of kittens? What?
Yeah, I didn't even need to take any drugs. I was distracted by the cat.
Yeah. Or one guy's known for roofing people, but then you're gonna go to this other guy's house, but he has a bunch of kittens, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the roofie guy's house. Man.
Yeah, I've got bad experiences with cats. There's some links to like furryism there. Like maybe you left your old furry outfit at your old apartment because you had to run to, I don't know.
Are furries still a thing?
If you can find another person who's still interested in it, is.
Those are probably the only conventions that are still safe right now.
That's good because everyone's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gloves and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a feeling some of those full body costumes, people aren't wearing anything under them. So, I mean, they still have a costume, a layer of fabric, but they're butt naked. I'm sure of that.
It gets hot under there, I'm sure it gets warm.
Off topic, how many people probably masturbate in there while they're at Comic-Con? I'm going to research that. I'll get back to you.
No. Caleb, what did you think?
I don't know. I don't have much to add. I did like the way it ended with like, I can't tell you about this apartment, but stay tuned next week. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Same time, different location.
If it's a good premise, I'll keep working on it. So we're going to move on to our next comic, which is going to be Jeremy. Are you ready?
Okay. So, I live in Vietnam, and somebody was talking about gardening. EJ, I think, was talking about gardening earlier. And for me, I wanted to start a garden on my front patio, and I drove around to all the garden shops by my house looking for seeds to start this garden. But you guys won't believe it. There is no baked bean seeds in this country. So how am I supposed to grow baked beans? I don't know. When I first moved here, I felt adventurous. Now I'm kind of just back into my non-adventurous ways. But I got onto a local city bus, and I'm like, I'm just going to take this bus as far as it goes because it's cheap, and it's like 40 cents for a day's worth of adventure when you get to some place you don't know where you're at and nobody speaks the language and nothing happened. So like I got on the bus, and like midway through the bus, this dude jumps on the bus, and he's got a knife in his hand, and he's yelling, and it's Vietnamese, and I don't speak any Vietnamese, and I've been here 5 years, so 2 weeks in, I definitely didn't know anything. And he's yelling, and he's shaking the knife, and I'm thinking to myself, fuck, this is where I'm gonna die. My parents told me not to come to Vietnam. Like my whole life flashed before my eyes, and it was bad. I can't even tell you about those things. I'm having a breakdown right now. I'm sorry. So like he's shaking and I'm freaking out. Like my mom told me not to go to Vietnam. You know, this is where people die. And then he pulls out a bag of bread and like starts making sandwiches. And he made about 5 sandwiches and then he jumped off the bus. So like his whole gig is getting on buses and making sandwiches and getting off and making sandwiches. So like he's not a serial killer at all. He's just a sandwich salesman. So, yeah, that's like I broke up with a girlfriend, and I had to go through some what is called healing time, self-help, and the next girl I met, she's like, I'm looking for a serious relationship. Here's my line ID. Like we went from hi, how are you? To here's my phone number to contact me. I'm looking for that doesn't work. So after that relationship, I felt a little suicidal and I kept telling myself, I'm committing suicide tomorrow, but I'm a procrastinator. So it's been about 22 days now. And I joined a group. It's called Suicide Anonymous. But last week's meeting, I was the only one there. So yeah, having no girlfriend while looking for a new girlfriend is very difficult for me because I need my old girlfriend to shave my shoulders and my back to find a new girlfriend. So I got on an airplane a couple of weeks ago. Here in Vietnam, we can fly again. COVID's kind of gone away. And I was on the plane and they said, oh, congratulations, we're upgrading you to extra leg space. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But that is airport lingo for you have a responsibility. You have to be in charge of the emergency exit. And I could hear my old boss. He used to call me jack of all asses. So he's like, Jeremy's not ready for this. I could just hear him in my head. And the lady, she says, read this pamphlet. And I'm like, no, I'm on vacation. I don't read on vacation. She's like, you are going to lose your extra leg space. No, I don't. She's like, okay, well, sit down. The plane's full. We can't change you into another seat. You're just going to have to do this. So I read the pamphlet, and I had so many questions. But she was already at this time serving drinks, and she wouldn't talk to me anymore. So I'm looking around the aisle over on the other side. Big fat guy sitting right next to the emergency exit door. There's no way he can fit through the door. But this guy got upgraded to extra leg room without doing nothing but being fat. I got a responsibility. It's difficult because, like, I don't know about the boarding situation, the pre-boarding situation. Is there a pre-unloading situation? Calling Group A, first class, exiting, emergency exit. Like, I'm in Group D. There's no way I'm standing by the door checking people's tickets so they can exit without exiting myself. I read the pamphlet. It's got a fucking slide, guys. I'm going to be the first one down that slide. So it turns out after all this preparation, all that fucking reading, the plane landed safely, so I didn't even have to do anything. Here in Asia, we have a problem with plastic. So plastic bags, plastic straws. 1 minute or 5? That's it. Okay.
That's 5.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Thanks. Ruining my last joke. That last one was a good one.
It was a very good one, but I also know it's a very long one.
It's about plastic straws. I learned this in the 80s when I was 9 years old doing cocaine. You can roll the straw long ways. Like now you got a plastic straw or a drinking straw. So they're reusable is all I'm saying. If you want to throw your money on the ground and not use that straw, and again, somebody will come along and pick it up. It's called money straws.
Money straws.
Yeah, the money's plastic here, so it works better than American money.
It was really funny. Your baked bean. I don't know why I thought you're a baked bean. There's like a weed thing there. Like
Oh, okay.
There's
all right.
a weed pun in there somewhere.
Yeah, no,
Like
I got that. That's good.
I feel like a baked bean, or I don't know.
No, yeah, that's good. I can hear you. Go ahead.
For the sandwich guy, I thought maybe like after scaring everyone, people were so relieved that they bought sandwiches, or like maybe you went to buy sandwiches because you're like your life flashed before your eyes, and you're like, I need more sandwiches in my life or something. Like, I don't know. Like that was your big.
I just shit myself. Now I need something to replenish.
To calm myself down.
It was convenient you had sandwiches because you had plenty of space in your bowels. Yeah.
You're like, that was stressful. I could really go for sandwich. I don't know.
It doesn't get any better because I've made that trip a second time and it's still jarring when what? Oh, okay. It's just a sandwich guy. Calm down.
Jeez. Yeah. But he's just in a bus with a knife?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's a butter knife, but you don't know that. I mean, I'm not going to get close to check how sharp it is.
Okay. And then I wrote down also the anxiety really came through in that plane bit, which I really liked. Because you kept saying, like, I have a responsibility. I need to get these people safely out of here. And I really like when you're like, it's got to slide. Like, of course, I'm going to be the first one out.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
That was funny. But yeah, that's all I have to say. What about you, EJ? What do you think?
Yeah, the sandwich guy is funny. I was thinking it'd be funny if you got used to that and then you end up in like New York or something. And I pulls a switchblade on you, you start salivating.
Yeah, like,
you give it money, you're like,
yeah.
What kind of sandwiches do you got?
Yeah.
Okay, just gets confused.
I like the confusion that comes later when you get used to it.
When I went home I went home in 2019 and I went to New York. And I've been living in Asia for so long, I'm not scared to travel anymore. So I didn't think about how dangerous the United States was in comparison to the other places that I'm just able to walk freely and do what I want. So it's a possibility, but luckily nothing happened to me while I was in New York either.
Yes. I loved the baked bean thing. I don't know if this is funny. I just had the line in my head of like, you feeling lied to. Like, it turns out you can't grow food. You can only grow ingredients.
That's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you got to do prep work with all those vegetables. You got to cut.
Back to the vegetable thing. Yeah. And then the airplane thing is, it's funny. I don't know if you want to do fat jokes, but like, it is funny that it's just that row is people who have to read about the stuff, and then other people who are just blocking the exit.
I did mention before, I didn't mention it this time, but that big fat guy has a very small Asian girlfriend. So I'm making fun of him, but I'm also like, hey, good on you, dude. You obviously got some money.
or some hidden talent. You don't know.
True.
Hide the penis.
What? No,
stomach.
that's not what I.
Okay, no fat guy. I got to think of another. Maybe no, it can't be disabled. Yeah. Okay.
He's probably good with his mouth. Yeah.
Because he eats a lot. Of course, he's good with his mouth.
That's what I heard. What about you, Caleb? What did you think? What do you think about it?
I thought it was all pretty good. I don't have a lot to add to any of these, but I guess like the Suicide Anonymous thing, I thought it would be kind of funny if it was like they were slowly disappearing one by one, and you were like the last man standing, so you like won in the end. But that's about it.
Or if two of your friends from that group, like, they didn't come back and you're like, oh, they did it without me, like they feel like left out. They didn't invite me.
You show up for the meeting one day and you're like, Well, Chairman Joe is not here today, so now it looks like I'm the chairman of the suicide board, and it just changes out every week because, like, the next week we're missing out the president, and now I get to be president of the suicide club because there was nobody else to take the place, and
Yeah.
Can maybe do a joke about serving Kool-Aid or something. It's a little obvious, but can maybe work that in
Yeah,
somehow.
Yeah, and if
I
it's a
don't know.
suicide club, like what kind of activities are you guys planning? You know.
sewing. We learn
Learning
about
not-
sewing.
You get like a knot tying badge or something.
Yeah.
The Newton.
The Heimlich maneuver. We CPR. We learn those. We learn everything to save each other, but we can't save each other.
That's dark. Does anybody else have anything to add before we move on? No? We're gonna go to EJ.
Cool. I hear a kid waking up in the next room, so
Okay. Yeah.
slight chance I might get interrupted. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I've got a couple of new bits that might be weird. So let's see. All right, so genetics really messes me up. I don't know, like when I'm dating a woman and I meet her family, I can't stop thinking about how similar she is to them. To the point that when I sleep with someone, I'm looking at her mom and dad, thinking, "Yeah, we basically had a threesome." That's why it's hard for me to meet the parents of someone I'm dating. All I can think is, look, I'm pretty sure I know what you taste like, and unfortunately, it's pretty good. My ex was really close in age to her brother, and exact same face. Yeah, I met him and was like, well, I guess I'm gay. That is my favorite thing about homophobia, by the way. The fact that men and women like ultimately look pretty similar. Like I've always been a leg guy. Well, I love a woman with like long legs and a round ass and tight jeans, and that describes like every guy in Portland. So, I think that's why homophobic men are also the guys who are most attached to gender norms. You notice that? Like guys wear blue, girls wear pink. I think that's the only way they know which people to sleep with. I think gender norms just started with a homophobic man seeing his buddy in a skirt and being like, okay, I'm gonna need all men to wear really baggy pants. All right, here's another one. I really love sleep. I love it. And you know you're in love with life when one of your absolute favorite things is spending 8 hours not existing. And it's interesting. It's interesting to me that we can't make ourselves sleep. Like sleeping is the only activity where the only way to make it happen is to just start pretending you're doing it. It would be really weird to start any other activity that way. Just like, all right, kids, I'm going to drive to work now. If that's how things worked, I would have become sexually active much sooner. And you always have to announce that you're going to sleep. Like you can't just walk out of the living room without saying anything and go to bed like a psychopath. You have to give people a heads up. It's kind of like, hey, is anyone still watching the TV? Because I'm going to turn it off. Is everyone all done with EJ for the day? I'm going to shut this thing down. Yeah, apparently you can't Irish goodbye consciousness. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
That was really good.
That was great. Yeah.
I don't know if I have like that much like negative criticism for you. Your first part was really dirty. I've never heard you do dirty stuff before.
Okay, yeah.
That was interesting.
That's genuinely what I think about when I'm meeting a Other parents.
I wrote that you had, after you said, I know what you taste like, you could say, yeah, we broke up because I licked her dad at Thanksgiving or something like that.
The start pretending you're doing it was really clever. That was really funny.
Oh, cool.
The drive-in.
Yeah, like it's just, I can see it. It's just so funny.
Oh shit! I just ran over one of my kids.
That's good.
I'm just wondering, like, what other stuff could you be pretending you're doing?
Yeah, I haven't played
Like
with
pretending you're doing jury duty, or like pretending,
Hmm.
like something with more like where the stakes are higher.
Yeah. Okay.
As if driving without a helmet is not high enough.
And then the gender norm stuff, that was really funny. I really like that as well.
Cool.
That was good.
I seen her brother. That must be gay. Yeah, no, good job.
What about you, Caleb? What did you think?
Yeah, I agree with all of the compliments. Gender norms was great, and pretending to drive was hilarious. You know, there could be a lot of other things too. Like, I mean, pretending to eat, right? But
yeah, that's a good one.
the skirt thing was fucking funny too. I really like that part.
Cool.
Saw somebody in a skirt, and you're like, okay, hold on. Everybody has to start wearing blue and baggy pants. You gotta clear up who's who here. No more long hair either. Just the girls. Unless you can sing.
Yeah.
80s band. I don't know.
Yeah. No more pigtails.
It was all really
It's
good.
over.
Yeah.
That's good. Does anybody else have any other feedback? No.
All right.
Sometimes on the show, some people don't know that we have to do our own material. That happened to me actually last workshop. None of the guests knew that they.
Oh.
So, Caleb, you can do your own material if you want. I don't know how much you have.
I just got a couple like quick ones, so
Okay.
I'll rip through them fast here.
Okay.
So a lot of people are walking around and they've got nice haircuts. I don't understand why, because you're not allowed to get a haircut. Not everybody could be getting their mom or somebody in the house to do it for them. Like, are there speakeasy haircuts? Like, you need like a secret knock? Like, okay, that's supposed to be a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Anyways, been seeing on Facebook that some say 5G can control your thoughts. That's what 4G wants you to think. Telling jokes to crickets must be tough.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Okay, this is if Matthew McConaughey and Jim Carrey had a baby, it would be all righty then. There's no scotch in Scotch tape. That's false advertising. I could really use a drink after all this tape I've been licking. When you clap, you're high-fiving yourself. In Canada, when COVID got really bad, the military was deployed in some nursing homes. They were probably like, hot. Ma'am, would you like some tea? Oh, that would be lovely, dear. Okay, this is a Trump impersonation. I'm sorry. Imagine if Trump did attend the inauguration. He'd be the worst heckler ever. Boo! Not a real president. Listen to him. making sense. Performance enhancing drugs. Will you shut up, man? All right. That's all I got.
All
Thank
right.
you. That was really good one-liners. I like the speakeasy haircuts. I think you could go more into that. Like maybe give the haircuts like old hipster names, like really annoying hipster names. I don't know. Yeah, and then that's what 4G wants you to think. That was really clever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the military in the old folks home, it's kind of old because like that stuff happened a while ago, but I think you can still use it for like, because the military goes and rescues people sometimes, and you know, goes in places where there's not war but there's like a catastrophe or something, and I think you can play on that, like
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
When has the Canadian military went anywhere?
Well, sometimes we are missing electricity in Canada, and then our military comes and makes sure we're okay.
Here's a tea and a biscuit. Electricity will be on in a month. You guys are used to it.
If there's a huge storm, or you know, if you get lost in the woods or something, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's the same sort of thing where, like, you would need someone more nurturing than.
How many people live in Canada? 5 million or something, right?
20 something.
Because I think if it's probably more like 10 million, but half of them got lost in the woods looking for the other half.
That's what the military is finding, all those people.
Like every day in the newspaper, it's just, we found Steve.
A lot of the people that get lost are the military when their equipment breaks down.
Oh shit. They get out in the middle of the wilderness and they're like, fuck man, this 5G is telling me to just run away and be free.
Shit, I fell down. What about you, EJ? What did you think?
The one-liners were killer. I love those. Those were great. And then I really love the speakeasy haircut premise. That's so good. I feel like you could explore that space more. I was trying to think through things. I don't know, like people fighting over haircut turfs, like the mob.
Yeah.
What other like the secret knock, which is good. I'm trying to think of other ways people are trying to hide that they're either giving haircuts or getting haircuts. I was imagining a scenario where like a dad knocks his kid's hat off. Like, what is that? What is this?
Where have you been?
Where have you been? Where did you?
Yeah, where have you been sneaking off to? Disgusting.
Something about your friends. Are your friends using drugs? Are you using drugs?
While you're under this roof, you will not get a haircut. Like.
I just remember, like, my mom never did it, but it was a thing where people put the bowl on their head and they just cut around the bowl. Yeah. When I was a kid. But yeah, I can just imagine there's a lot of those. Like somebody didn't straighten the bowl, so like the haircut is slanted. Here in Vietnam, they call like the barbershop is called the hot talk, and if you go to certain ones, they'll offer more than haircuts, like massages and happy endings and things like that at the hair salon. There was a one place, and it was supposed to be like I don't know, a do-it-yourself. It was just a space where a barber could go there and cut somebody's hair, but it was really just a front for a gay sex place. Like all these guys were going there to get haircuts, but it was like this upstairs, like little party room where it was a bunch of gay guys.
Shave and a blowjob.
Bum, bum.
Oh, I'm imagining the feds with like some dogs sniffing down the street and bystanders like, oh, what is he sniffing for? Drugs? No, aftershave. Yeah.
It's good.
We're here about the blowjobs. We've heard your business is selling blowjobs. No, we're just doing haircuts. Oh, okay. I need one then. And the lady comes down the stairs. No.
All right. I think we've reached the natural end of the workshop. This is the part where you get to plug in any like social media or any podcasts or projects you have going on. Jeremy, do you want to start us off?
No.
You're
We did
being
a show.
very
We did a
different.
show last week that had 75 people at it, so that was pretty cool. I made
Wow.
$24 for 8
Wow.
minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's a show next week, but it probably won't have that many people. No, I don't have nothing to promote.
Well, you
Just-
can find him on Swaggot Swag, Swaggot Gauze
There you go.
on Twitter and Instagram,
And OnlyFans.
and
Tinder,
his OnlyFans account.
and Grindr, and Bumble, and
Perfect. What about you,
plenty of
EJ?
fish.
Yeah, I just changed my name to my handle there. So, yeah, that's my handle on everything. I'm mostly on Twitter, but also, yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever else.
Perfect.
Give me a follow. Yep.
What about you, Caleb?
I have a Twitter, but I've only made like 3 tweets in the last year, so don't worry about it. But I do want to say thanks. I haven't written jokes in a long time, so it was nice to just do this and get it out of my system and do it again.
Yeah, it was really nice
Cool.
having you.
Yeah.
As for me,
Withdrawals.
Yeah.
As for me, you can if you find me at Victoria for Days on Instagram. Otherwise, I have a movie trivia night thing that I do with Claudio Capri every Thursday at 8:30. Next week we're doing Guy Ritchie. So it's fun. You can win a prize. And every Sunday I do a podcast with 3 other comedians. It's called The Dirty Four, and we're very vulgar and very stupid for 2 hours. If you're into that, you know, show up. But if you don't like that, like, it's not high quality or anything, so don't worry about it. But that's you can find that on YouTube or Facebook.
I just have a feeling that, like, you take this this workshop that we do with 4 people, and then you just promote it as your own podcast called The Dirty Four, where you talk shit, but it's just the same recording and nobody notices.
No, I love The Dirty Four. So yeah, did you guys had fun?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. Loved it.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
It was really good. We're gonna say good night to everyone, or good day, or
All right.
have
All right.
it to whoever